How to build muscle. Tips, diet, and workout design. To build muscle, we must create a routine conducive to muscle growth and development. Muscle growth is amplified with proper technique and recovery, resulting in greater strength and hypertrophy. Resistance training and exercise, including weightlifting and bodyweight exercises, stimulate muscle growth. Here are the techniques of gaining muscles. Grab your notes, and let's get started. 1. Pushing the limit. Muscles grow when you push them to their limits, and the best way to do that is with resistance training. To increase muscle size and strength, you want to focus on how to build muscles with a combination of the right exercises and nutrition. When you lift weights with enough repetition, it causes micro tears in your muscle fibers and your body responds by repairing the damages, growing them bigger and stronger in the process. So how do you increase muscle size? Resistance training is essential for building muscles, and it doesn't have to be super heavy and complicated. Training that involves lifting weights, using free weights, barbells, exercise machines, or your body weight alone. This stimulates the muscles in your body to contract, resulting in an increase in muscle size over time. With consistent training, the body will respond to the increasing demand and adapt and build up more muscle fibers to be stronger. Building muscle isn't an overnight process. You have to stay patient. Within 4 to 6 weeks, you can start seeing gains in size and strength. With hard work, consistent training, and a balanced diet, you can build muscles and achieve your goals. 5 R's in resistance training. 1. Resistance refers to the load, weight, used for an exercise. 2. Range of motion refers to the total amount of joint movement used during an exercise. 3. Repetitions refers to the number of times the range of motion is completed consecutively. 4. Rest refers to the time spent resting between repetitions or between sets. 5. Recovery refers to the time spent recovering between exercise sessions. Second strategy is progressive overloading. To get the most out of your resistance training, focus on proper form and progressive overload. Progressive overload means gradually increasing the weight or intensity of the exercise to keep challenging the body. This helps to prevent injuries, shock the body, and severe muscle damage. To maximize muscle growth, your movement should be slow and controlled throughout the entire range of motion. Aim to lift heavier weights than your previous weights with proper form or lighter weight but with more repetition. This does not only create muscles but also endurance. Principle of progressive overload. Putting your body under stress that is higher than its usual threshold progressively. This forces it to adjust accordingly and allows for sustained fitness progression over time. These principles applies to not just resistance training but also all manner of exercise techniques and components. Range of motion. Gradually increase the range of motion in associated joints while lifting a similar weight. For instance, performing squats slightly lower than your previous limit. 2. Training volume. By adjusting the training volume, a person can lift an equal weight for additional repetitions or complete more sets with the same load. 3. Intensity. Increasing the weight of an exercise or moving with more speed and acceleration are both effective ways to increase intensity. 4. Training density is when you do a certain amount of work in a given time. You can change the rest times to do more work at the same time or do the same amount of work faster. 5. Frequency. Increasing frequency implies doing the same tasks more times over a certain period. 5 variables to focus on for hypertrophy. Hypertrophy refers to an increase in the size of your muscles. Muscle tissue being gained. 1. Load or intensity. How much weight is being lifted? For example, a 20-pound dumbbell for bicep curls. Repetition. How many times one must lift a weight for each set? Example, 4 sets of 10 reps. 3. Sets. How many times a muscle group is subjected to weightlifting? Example, sets of 10 reps. 4. Tempo. How quickly or how slow one moves while performing an exercise. Example, seconds up and 3 seconds down. Rest. Rest taken between sets. Example, 30 to 60 seconds rest between sets. Importance of pre-workout and post-workout intake. Exercise after a fasted state or on an empty stomach can increase fat loss if this is your goal. However, if your goal is to bulk up or gain more muscles, working out in a fasted state may cause muscle breakdown more than buildup while stimulating protein synthesis. As a result, the net effect is less muscle growth and development compared to having a pre-workout and post-workout meal. Achieving a positive net balance requires more than just physical activity. The availability of amino acids needs to be increased too. When this happens, it causes a marked surge in muscle protein synthesis. Pre-workout intake. According to studies, the ideal period between 15 to 60 minutes before beginning any form of physical activity has been noted as having the most significant impact on performance. Moreover, some experts suggest that this time frame can even be extended up to 2 to 4 hours prior. General recommendation. For carbohydrates, consider 1 to 2 grams per kilogram of body weight. For protein, 0.05 to 1 gram per kilogram of body weight. The general conclusion on pre-exercise meals is that carbohydrate-rich foods with a moderate amount of protein 60 minutes ahead of activity are most effective for improving performance. Post-workout intake. Post-exercise nutrition is most effectively consumed immediately after exercise and up to 2 hours after cessation. Some research suggests allowing 20 to 30 minutes after exercise to consume food to allow for hormone regulation and promote an optimal insulin response. General recommendation. 10 grams of amino acids in supplement form, or 20 to 40 grams of protein, within 2 hours of training is optimal for maximum muscle protein synthesis, as the recovery process begins. Supplementing with protein shakes is also a great way to get in enough protein after an intense resistance training session, if you can't get enough protein from whole foods. No fat for pre-workout and post-workout meal. We don't recommend fat for pre-exercise and post-exercise. This is due to its delayed digestion. Fat is extremely important in our diet as it plays a vital role in our bodily functions, but the timing is a game changer. Additional fat intake will delay the delivery of protein and carbohydrates to the bloodstream, which can affect the performance and recovery after the activity. Around 4 hours after post-workout food is an ideal time to consume foods rich in fat. This will ensure that your body has replenished the energy and the needed protein. Recovery for hypertrophy. Training for hypertrophy can cause a lot of soreness, especially the day after, due to the damage to the muscles. These micro tears and tensions are essential for the muscles to grow. The exercise itself can't make your muscles grow to their maximum potential without recovery. To maximize this, you need 2 things: food or nutrients that your body needs to heal. Time to heal. The length of time it takes to recover. In general, recovery can be achieved after 24 hours to 48 hours. But this recovery time is not one size fits all, as there are so many factors that can make recovery faster or slower. An elite athlete's body, for example, is so accustomed to high intensity of stress, and so their body adapts to it. In addition to that, they have access to the best professionals that guides them, technologies, and apply various strategies with customized nutrition to prepare their body for the upcoming event. One simple way to know if your body is up for the next challenge is to practice awareness. Listen to your body. If you still feel some soreness, it's a good indication that you're not completely healed. Rest days and recovery days don't mean sitting on the couch all day or lying on the bed. Doing some active recovery activities like yoga, swimming, dancing, jogging, stretching, and walking are light exercises that you can do to promote blood circulation, facilitating nutrients and oxygen delivery to expedite your recovery. Food for hypertrophy. Exercise and recovery are not enough if you're looking to build lean muscle. Nutrition plays an equally pivotal role. You must give your body the proper nourishment to push it further and maximize results. High-protein foods are paramount, but carbohydrates and fats also provide the necessary energy for growth and recovery. Without them, progress will be hampered. Foods like eggs, chicken, salmon, tuna, lean beef, tofu, tempeh, and quinoa are all excellent sources of protein that are rich in essential amino acids and BCAAs. They help build and repair muscle fibers, promoting hypertrophy. Foods like oatmeal, sweet potatoes, quinoa, brown rice, whole grain bread, pasta, and fruit are all good sources of carbohydrates. They provide your body with the necessary fuel to power through intense workouts, helping build muscle and prevent fatigue. And foods like avocado, nuts and seeds, olive oil, and fatty fish, salmon and tuna, are great for providing your body with the essential fats it needs for hormone production. These foods also provide a good source of energy that keeps you going. By combining the right amount of exercise and recovery with a healthy diet, you can maximize your muscle growth and you'll be on your way to achieving the body you desire.
Recovery therapy.
There are many techniques for recovery, and one of the most popular of them is cold immersion. Cold immersion therapy can be extremely beneficial for the recovery process, but it is important to pay attention to timing. Inflammation after a workout is necessary to stimulate adaptation. Cold water numbs nerve endings that communicate with the muscles and short-circuit the inflammation process instead of facilitating it. Due to its vasoconstriction effect, cold can alleviate pain and soreness. But the negative side is, this hinders the delivery of the nutrients that we need after intensive training. Give your body extra time by doing it after 4 hours of training or the day after instead. Heat therapy, on the other hand, for example, in the sauna, can be done after the training. Heat dilates the vascular system, which can promote blood circulation that provides the cells with nutrients, oxygen, transports hormones, and removes waste products which are necessary for the proper recovery process. Human growth hormone and sleep for recovery. Human growth hormone is released naturally when you exercise, and it helps with muscle repair and growth. Exercise is an effective stimulus that can trigger a surge of growth hormone secretion. Studies have demonstrated both aerobic and resistance exercise leads to noteworthy, short-term boosts in growth hormone release. Sleep is one of the most powerful factors for releasing growth hormones. In adults, growth hormone secretion typically appears shortly after falling asleep, specifically during stages 3 and 4 of slow-wave sleep. In men, 70% of growth hormones pulses are released, which are directly related to the amount of time spent sleeping. Therefore, prioritizing a good night's rest can have significant positive effects on your health and well-being. As the body begins to adjust to physical training, it must endure a series of progressive stresses for optimal adaptation. Just like weightlifting requires an increase in intensity, volume, and frequency over time, cardiovascular exercise should follow suit with these same principles to spark changes within the body. To achieve optimal performance and prevent stagnation, a fitness program must be comprehensive. Varying the intensity, duration, and other elements of practice is crucial to avoiding physical fatigue, burnout, or injury. To see a result can take time, and training effects will diminish if physical activity is discontinued for 2 weeks or more. Therefore, design a workout that's sustainable with your lifestyle in the long run. Leave a comment and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.